everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I am here with our Dragonfly Garden online card class, and this is card number 3. And if you would like to purchase any of the products that you see here today because you did not join my class, you can go to bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net and you can purchase any of the products that you see. If you'd like to know more about my online class, you can go to Facebook, you can message me. There's a bunch of different ways that you can learn about how to join in my online class. Okay, so let's get started. This is going to be our card for card number 3. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous and stunning? I just loved it when I got all done. I could not wait. You don't know when I make these cards. I make these cards ahead of time, girls. And then it just kills me not to be able to share them with you because I want you guys to be just as surprised as I am. So I like to wait and show you later. So this is the card that we're going to be making. So I'll set that there. If I forget to give you the measurements, don't worry. It's all in the little tutorial that I write out for you guys. So for this, you need a card that is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4 in the middle. Okay, just like that. Then you need a piece of basic gray, and this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and we're just going to put this right down, just like this. I think my ink's getting ready to die, or I've been doing lots and lots of video recording today. Okay, and now we're going to set that aside. So then we need a piece of basic white that is 5 1/4 by 4. And then we also need a scrap piece of white, and this is to stamp our dragons in, that we're going to punch out from here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in the basic gray stamp pad, and we're going to bring in the one that has the butterfly that has the solid body, because there's one that has an open body, and I wanted to use the one with the solid body, so that's the one we're going to use. And we are going to do some stamping of these dragonflies. Some will be off the paper and some will be on. So we're going to stamp one right down here like this, and then we're going to take it and we're going to kind of turn the body, and we're going to stamp it just like this. There we go. And then we're going to take it again and kind of up here off the paper a little bit. We're going to stamp another one just like that. And then we're going to take this one and we're going to stamp this one right here. Make sure I get his head on there. Right there. Just like that. So now we have those, and then we're going to, while we got the scrap piece right here, we're going to stamp 2 more butterflies right on this scrap paper. So it's just like that. And while I have the basic gray out, I have this stamp set that says "Thank you for your kindness." So I'm going to stamp that up, and I'm going to stamp it right about here. I think it just fits. There you go, it just fits. My butterfly might have been over a little bit more last time, but it fits in there. So that's all the stamping that we have to do. I'm going to close this up and put it out of the way. We don't need it for a few minutes. But now we're going to be doing lots of coloring. I did all sorts of colors. I'm going to tell you the colors that I used. I'm going to show you one butterfly because I color them all the same, just different colors. And then I am going to just color, and I'm going to fast forward, or maybe I'll even stop the video so you don't have to sit through all that. And then you will know how I do it. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm just going to color one, and then I will stop the video and start it up again. So the colors that I used were Magenta Madness, light and dark, Daffodil Delight, light and dark, Granny Apple Green, light and dark, Highland Heather, light and dark, Pumpkin Pie, light and dark, and then I use Bermuda Bay, light and dark. Now I'm going to bring in this littler one because I can zoom in for you guys to see how I did this. So I'm going to zoom in. Oh. Okay. And I did it pretty much the same way as I did the last card that we did with the posy, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color all this in the light first. Should put my glasses down. Okay. Coloring this all in. Thought for a minute I didn't have the light, but sometimes these colors lighten up a little bit after you color with them. Okay, and then I'm going to color this in, and then this one. Okay, there you go. Sorry if you can hear the TV. I think my dog opened up the door. So then I'm going to take the dark, and I'm going to go outward, just like I did when I was doing the paisley. So you're going to take your dark color, and you're going to go out like this. It's not real hard. It's just going to give it a little character to it. And then I'm going to take the light, and I'm not blending over top of the dark. I'm just blending the two together. Oops. And then, and don't go out of the line, but I'll show you if you did what you got to do, because I just did. So I'm just blending these two together right there. And remember, whenever you're coloring with the blend, you have to have a piece of scrap paper underneath. I'm just blending these two spots because I don't want to lose the darkness in the middle. And then I'm just going back over everything, blending right here, and I'm going back over everything so that when this dries, you will have a definition, like I'll show you. When it dries, you see how there is, oops, there you go, see how there's a light and a dark. You could see sometimes on these lighter ones a little bit more. Right there, you can really see it good. So that's kind of what we're going for. Now I went outside the line here, and I want to show you what you can do. Take your color lifter and just go over this. Keep going back and forth till it fades a little bit. Once it fades, let it dry. If it's still there, go back and do it again. But don't just keep going over and over and over it, because all that's going to do is make it bleed. So you just want to go over it one time, let it dry for a few minutes. It doesn't take long. And then go back over it again. And then before you know it, it'll be gone by the time you want to. And you can even do this, like I did this piece right here in the middle, because I must have been coloring fast. I don't really know. And I'm just going to kind of go over it a little bit, and over here, and I'm just going over it lightly, and then I can go back over it again and it will heal. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to color the rest of these in, and you do the same thing. Just follow this pattern or do your own, okay? And I will be right back with them all colored in. Okay, I'm back and I'm done with all the coloring. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our basic gray ink, and we are just going to use our sponge, and we're just going to lightly sponge around this. I just felt that it added a little bit of something to the card. I was just getting ready to say, and you notice I did not go in very deep, but I did there, but it's still okay. I'm just going to leave it. So then what I did was I just stuck this down. I just love these colors, even through the back. I love them. I think these colors came out really nice. And so I'm going to put this down. It looks like I cut this wrong. Uh-oh. What did I do? Yeah, this was supposed to have been a 4. Alright, I wrote it down wrong. Yes, well, I wrote it down right, but I cut it wrong. This should have been a 5 in a 1/2 inch card. So let me see if I can save any of this so I don't have to recolor. You know what? I'm just going to leave this off to the side and I'm going to cut some paper and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I didn't end up cutting anything but my actual card here. All I did was I took 1/4 inch off the side here, so it just made this a little smaller. And so I am just going to go and sponge this. So you'll notice when I put this down, it'll have a bigger border all the way around it than my original one. Yours should not have that. I will make sure. I just must have cut it wrong when I was cutting paper today. So it still looks good. It's still okay. So maybe you like it. If you like it with the bigger border, I'll show you. There's one with the bigger border and there's one with the thin. I actually kind of do like it with the bigger border. So you might like it with the bigger border and just end up going ahead with that. So that's up to you. So then I went ahead and I took some Stampin' Dimensionals and I put one on each side of the wings of these two. Like this, right there. And then I'm going to take these off. And I put this one right about here. Now I tipped it a little bit more so that all the wings were on the card. And then I put this one right about here. Oh, no, I don't want to cover his head. So I tried to make it so that everything, it's okay if the wing's covered. I said I probably put this little green one. Yeah, I'll put his head right in between the wings. There we go. The little green one was up a little high, but that's okay. It's a homemade card. So now what I'm going to do, you can do one of two things. You can either take the basic gray, the basic black, or one of these fine point writing pens that Stampin' Up! Has. The basic black Stampin' Write can do the same thing. And all I did was I just went ahead and just added dots all underneath. And I just kept going. The more you add, the fluffier it looks. It just gives it some kind of a dimensional thing. So you can do this. I think it looks really pretty on the card. And it doesn't take much time or effort to do it. And I just did this like that. And I even did it on the ones that were popped up. And I just kind of made it wider and then smaller as you went out. And I can't get too many there, so I'm just going to kind of leave that. Do this too before you pop up those. Just showing you how I did it. So it kind of looks like that, and I think it adds a little something to the card. So then the next thing that I did was I went ahead and I took some of these gems and I used the medium gems and I just stuck 3 gems around the card. So I put one right here and I put one here and then I put one in this area. Oh, right there. So that is our card, guys, and that's card number 3. So I'll be back with card number 4 here in a little bit. I hope you like, subscribe, leave a comment, all the good stuff. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Bye-bye.